Neymar and Ronaldo to Chelsea. We never saw this happen at the beginning of the season. No one would predict that Ronaldo and Neymar would make moves to Chelsea in there for you, and they are close. It's a close move of Neymar to a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. Then we have another deal of a man who goes by the Kalvin Phillips in there for you. He has been unveiled as a Man City player. Remember, a deal was agreed, a medical was taken last week, by the end of last week, and as Arsenal unveiled a player who really left a side which goes by the names of Arsenal unveiled a player who left a side which goes by the names of which side of Arsenal, of Man City, who goes by the names of Gabriel Jesus. Then Arsenal was the side unveiling a player who goes by the names of Kalvin Phillips, meaning that at least they really drew in there for you. But all in all, it's going all live onto this channel and do the needful and really come in here and really talk to us on what you think is going into the world of football. It's heating up. Lewandowski update is in here. We are having Moutinho, we are having Ronaldo, we are having Neymar, we are having Kalvin Phillips in there for you. So I think I've spiced up the buffet very well, and I think you're really going to enjoy this video on Rokani Media Football. Without further ado, let's get into this as it really gets heated in, therefore it's getting hot. Official, Moutinho has signed a new deal with Wolves until 2023. It's done and sealed. Wolverhampton Wanderers in there for you. He has received approaches from many clubs, but then decided to stay at Bruno Lage's as Bruno Lage considers Joe key player for his project. So they've given him an extension of 1 year. Talking about Moutinho is one of those players that I really knew back in 2004, 2005, when Sir Alex Ferguson really wanted to bring this player at Manchester United. He was so much in the news. He really reminds me of another player who played for which other team in Spain. He was really a very good player. Munian and Joao Felix were players that were under the radar of Sir Alex Ferguson for like 4 or 5 years, but he failed to clinch a move for them coming to Manchester United. But I don't really believe that Moutinho really has given us almost 50% of the football he knows. He's so much talented. Moutinho, he's so much talented. Good shot on him. We look at his qualities. I can break them and spend the entire day here for you. He has a good passing range. He's decisive. He's patient. He's intelligent. He's good on the ball. He is not an erratic player. He does not make lots of errors in the midfield. Technically gifted here for you. And he is press resistant. So when you look at those qualities, you gauge him as a complete midfielder. That is a player who goes by the names of Joao Moutinho, but he is staying at Wolverhampton Wanderers. But me, I will believe that he never got us what he needed to get from him. So Joao Moutinho is going to stay there with Bruno Lage, and you never know whether Ruben Neves is going to stay at a side which goes by the names of Wolverhampton Wanderers or not. But remember, they are selling him expensively, close to £80 million in there for you. But remember, he's left with 1 year. He's left with 2 years on his contract. He plays this other at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Next year, they are going to sell him on a cheap. And I really believe that they would have sold him this season. But teams like Barcelona, Manchester United, Arsenal, Man City has gotten itself. Kalvin Phillips now it's out of the race. So we expect him to come in there and do the needful for a side which goes by names of Wolverhampton Wanderers. But if I told I'm Wolverhampton Wanderers, I do myself a favor. Do you know what I do? I go on, get into the ground, and get it done with a side which goes by the names of, with a player who goes by names of Ruben Neves, because I know it's up time for him to be on this club. So Joao Moutinho is staying at a club which goes by the names of Wolverhampton Wanderers. We go to Lewandowski, Barcelona, Bayern Munich in there for you. The agent of Lewandowski, who goes by names of Pini Zahavi, has come out and told FC Barcelona that the club will have to pay a minimum of 40 million euros for Lewandowski, and it's believed that Bayern will finally let him leave for this price. So finally, Barcelona know how much they're supposed to pay to get this deal done. it has been really been long overdue that Barcelona have been making in bids and been rejected. You get that their latest has been 35 million euros, and Bayern wants 40 million euros without add-ons. They want that fee up front because they are worried of the financial situation of Barcelona. They are telling them that your financial situation or stand does not really guarantee us that you guys are in a good position to pay us all the money as add-ons later. So get us 40 million euros in there for you and we'll get you this player. So Lewandowski also wants to go in at Barcelona. His former agent came out and told us that the reason as to why he really wants to go in there, he's fed up of hearing that Karim Benzema is the best number 9 in the world. And he said that he's going there to outscore Lewandowski. That's what he said. So we are waiting to see what is going to happen in there from a side which goes by the names of Bayern Munich and Barcelona. But Lewandowski comes in at Barcelona at a very critical time where Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang really went in there and scored close to 12 goals in the games he played from the end of January until the end of May, has really stamped his mark. And what is it going to be like between Lewandowski and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? Because Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang wants to lead the line. He doesn't want to play on either flanks, either the right or left. That is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So when you look at that, it just passes into your ears and mind that this player is coming at a team when he's going to start. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, is he going to be playing as a second fiddle striker, second choice striker? I don't know what's going to happen for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang because Rafinha is joining Barcelona as it stands. Ousmane Dembele is also going to stay that side. They have Ansu Fati, they have Ferran Torres. That means it's getting compact at Barcelona, and you'll see it that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang might leave Barcelona in there because he believes he's not going to be starting in there for you. And Xavi, it's rumored that Xavi wants a front three of Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Ousmane Dembele. That's the front three that Xavi really wants. So that's what is happening way down at Barcelona as they close into a Rafinha deal to get it done immediately in there for you. So after that, allow me take you to the story of Kalvin Phillips, a player who has just signed the side which goes by the names of Man City. And he has gone ahead to sell lots of things. He has signed for 6 years and he is at Man City until 2028. He has signed for 6 years, and to me, I will believe they've got themselves a very good talent and a very good replacement for Fernandinho, because for him, he offers you more than even what Fernandinho was offering you. I will believe him, he can play in the midfield with Pedri, as Pedri plays as a sitting midfielder, and Kalvin Phillips can go in and really play as a box-to-box midfielder alongside people like Kevin De Bruyne in there for you. And people who really say that he's going there to go in and act as a second choice or a deputy for Pedri, you guys are lying. He's going in here to start. He's going to play most of the games of Man City in that midfield alongside Pedri and a man who goes by the names of Kevin De Bruyne, because Bernardo Silva might make his way out of Man City to Barcelona. So that means they're left with that midfield three. Ika Gundogan, a contract is being negotiated, but you know, he's not going to come in and play lots of games. So Phil Foden, he cannot really put him down in there for you. And the front three is going to be Riyad Mahrez, Erling Haaland, and Jack Grealish. That's the front three of a side which goes by names of Man City. But I really believe that Man City are short in squad according to the players they've left, the players that have left, and the players they brought in. I know they have Julian Alves, they've brought in Erling Haaland, they've brought in Kalvin Phillips, they're bringing in Cucurella. Those players are coming straight into the Man City side. But losing Fernandinho, Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling, even Nathan Ake, there are rumors that he's leaving. Zinchenko is said to be leaving. So they've lost very many players. So, and them coming and fitting into the system of Pep Guardiola is another topic to talk about the other day, because how do they fit into the City side? So we wait and see what is really going to go on and happen in there for you. But Kalvin Phillips has come out and told us that to be able to play under Pep Guardiola, learn from him and his coaching staff, as well as part of such a fantastic squad, is a project that I'm incredibly excited about. Man City are a world-class club with world-class staff and facilities in there for you. Throwing hails in there to Man City. Phillips has gone ahead to say, I'm absolutely delighted to have joined Man City. Man City have again proved to be the best team in the country with an amazing squad and a manager in Pep Guardiola who is rightly considered to be the finest in the world. That is a man who goes by the names of Kalvin Phillips. He has gone ahead to say it's a dream come true to have joined Man City. Now I can't wait to get started and look to try and help the team to go on and achieve more success. That is Kalvin Phillips. Then Takeshi Bekstan, I think this is like the footballing director or head of football at Man City, who really does these transfers. He has said Kalvin Phillips is the player we've long admired. At domestic and international level, he's proved his fantastic ability and quality over the past few seasons. His reading of the game, his passing ability, energy, and drive make him a formidable talent and force at Man City in there for you. They've gone ahead to say that after him saying that, Kalvin returned and said, I deal very well with situations like that. I think I'm pretty suited to playing big games. I have not experienced many of them, but hopefully this season I will do. Obviously, at Leeds never played very many big games. Kalvin Phillips on a handshake with Pep Guardiola in 2020. He shook my hand and I was just like, cheers, thank you, I'm just smiling. It was an amazing moment. I'm here now, being managed by Pep Guardiola. It's one of the things I've always admired in there for you. So that's what I told you in the other video that I did of Arsenal. A coach, the manager of the team, really is so much crucial. And he really attracts players. So I think you need to be having a manager who really attracts in players. You get? So Kalvin Phillips on Man City's pursuit, it wasn't too long ago. It was only like 2-3 months ago I got a call from Tiki saying that he wanted to speak to me, and I answered the phone. Ever since then, it just evolved from there. So 3 months ago, Man City called him and told him that we are interested in you, in there for you. So that's it from Kalvin Phillips. He has been given shirt number 4. I think it was being put on by Vincent Kompany, if I'm to remember very well. So Kalvin Phillips joins the side which goes by the names of Chelsea, and Chelsea are really Man City are really working hard to get these deals done in time, because they have their pre-season and they are really ready to defend their title. Remember, we are opening up the season with a Charity Shield. You know that very well. Let me even get to know when the date, on which date it's playing, because it's between Man City, the winners of the league, and the winners of the FA Cup. That's when we are really getting this started. And let me know, is this going to be... I want fixtures, man, of Man City and Liverpool. All right, on the 30th of July, Community Shield, Liverpool versus Man City. In this game, this is where we're going to see all these teams have really lost players and they've really brought in new ones. Man City, I've already told you players Man City have lost. Liverpool, Sadio Mane, Takumi Minamino, Divock Origi. And they've brought in Carvalho, they've brought in Calvin Ramsey, they've brought in Darwin Núñez. You get? And they're still looking to bring in the likes of the Baleras and very many others. So on this day, that's when I'm really going to get to know what is it all about. Who has really made the right signing and perfect signing, or a perfect replacement for his signings in there for you. So that is a side which goes by the names of Man City versus Liverpool. So we wait for that game on 30th of July. How many days left? Today is 6th. 26 days left for that game to happen in here on our channel. So today we got a story from Niza Kinsella, covering Chelsea FC and England for the Evening Standard in there for you. He has gone ahead to tell us that both Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar have been offered to Chelsea this summer. Neymar is open to the idea of coming to Stamford Bridge. Thomas Tuchel is not keen of falling into the trap of being seduced by star power in there for you. He was the first to bring in this story, and then a story came in through from a man who goes by the names of David Austin. Just minutes ago, he has come out and said that Exclusive: Chelsea considering Cristiano Ronaldo move. Man United currently say no for sale. Currently say not for sale, but Chelsea monitoring and not ruling it out. Mendes talks continues. Boli Egbali intrigued by the idea. Tuchel admires 37-year-old, but unclear if he would approve. All right. By the time this story came out in the news over the weekend that Ronaldo has really told Manchester United that he really wants to leave. Remember, this story was broken by Duncan Castles of the Times. That indicated that Ronaldo has gotten a suitor who wants to take him and offer him his services next season. And to me, I'm 100% sure in this video that I did at the other channel of Manchester United. It's known as United Matters channel. If you support United, you can as well look for it and find United going at that side. I was 100% sure that Ronaldo was going to Chelsea. Because when you look at the teams like Bayern Munich and very many others, they don't have money to offer to Ronaldo. They don't have it. They don't have it. But Chelsea has the money. And being that Todd Boehly is the new president of a side which goes by names of Chelsea, he wants to make marquee signings. That's why you're going to find Neymar and Ronaldo at a side which goes by names of Chelsea, because he needs them. However much Thomas Tuchel won't be laid or be overpowered by the power or the star power, the president needs them. And if you are Thomas Tuchel, you just tell the president that, all right, you're bringing those two signings, I'm not interested in them, but I'm doing it for you. But when I fail to win and be where I'm supposed to be, don't blame me. Don't sack me. You get? That will be like an escape route for Thomas Tuchel. But any team would like to be having Ronaldo and Neymar, especially a Chelsea. When you look at the players they have going forward, they are not so much convincing. Chelsea have just loaned Lukaku, whom they brought in 100 million euros. They've just brought him back. They just loaned him back to Inter Milan where they got him. So that means there is a space of a striker. When you look at the world market, do you think Chelsea can get a striker that can really come in and hit the ground running than Ronaldo? So that's why Chelsea are dying on this deal. I know Thomas Tuchel wants Ronaldo and is going to take him at the side which goes by names of Chelsea to go on and get that job done. Imagine Chelsea having Neymar playing off the left attacking side of the midfield and a side which goes by names of Ronaldo leading the line. That means Thomas Tuchel has to change his style of play, either to a 4-2-3-1 or to a 4-3-3 or to a 3-5-2. The time he was playing with 3 defenders, right? With 4 midfielders and with 2 wing backs, 2 midfielders and 3 forwards. This time, to really get Ronaldo and Neymar to get you what you want, you need to play a 3-5-2. You play with 3 central defenders, 2 wing backs, 3 midfielders, one a holding midfielder representing the single pivot. Then the two playing on either sides, the left and right respectively. Those should be attacking midfielders. That should be Mason Mount and maybe Conor Gallagher in there for you, alongside maybe a Declan Rice or a Jorginho or a Kovacic. You get? The wing backs, you are using Ben Chilwell and Reece James. Then the 2 people leading the line, obviously, it has to be Ronaldo and Neymar in there for you, or Ronaldo and which other player? Ronaldo and Kai Havertz. You get? You can even play Kai Havertz in the midfield 3 of Jorginho, Kai Havertz, and Mason Mount. You can do it that way. So those players coming at Chelsea, a system of play needs to be changed in there for you as they really prepare to bring the likes of Matthias de Ligt. So Chelsea is still going to be having one of the weirdest and busiest summers in there for you because they've lost very many players. Both Ronaldo and Neymar have been offered to Chelsea this summer. That is Nika Kinsella in there for you. Then we go to David Austin, continue to say that Ronaldo, it is believed, conversations between the pair have since continued since Boehly and his fellow director Bedad Agbali thought to be intrigued by the concept of recruiting such an icon figure. When did this start? Austin reported last weekend, leave alone this weekend just concluded, the other one last weekend but one, he said that Ronaldo's agent, that is George Mendes, has met with the owner, the new owner of Chelsea, Todd Bowley, in Portugal, and they discussed about Ronaldo joining Chelsea. And I told people that George Mendes is doing or acting under the orders of Ronaldo. Ronaldo can't play UEFA Europa League football. I've told people there is no Ronaldo stays at Manchester United when Messi is just 15 goals behind him in the highest UEFA Champions League top scorer. Ronaldo has 149, Messi has 125. Are they 25? Ronaldo, the space is 15 goals, if I'm to remember very well. I think Ronaldo has 140, Messi has 100. Ronaldo has 145, Messi has 130. So Ronaldo has 140, Messi has 125 goals scored in the Champions League. If Ronaldo plays the UEFA Europa League, Messi is going to play in the Champions League this season. You never know what Messi is going to produce on the field of play. He can go in and score 10 or 15 goals and then equal a player who goes by the names of Ronaldo. Remember, Hala Sebastian was at Ajax, and him alone in 8 games he played in the Champions League, he scored 12 goals. That means Messi can, depending on which group they are going to be placed in the Champions League. You get? So that's what I will believe, and David Austin really continue to tell us certain things about this deal. And lots of things are really going to go on and happen on this deal. So we are here to let you know in there for you. Cristiano Ronaldo is willing to take a considerable pay cut in order to join a Champions League challenger, with his desire to try and win a competition or at least a domestic title. The primary motivation, his immature future in there for you. Miguel Delany in here for you. He's a chief reporter writer for The Independent, came out and really told us that. But even if it's like that for Ronaldo, he's not going to take a pay cut. He's not going to take a pay cut, trust me, because Chelsea have the money and they're really going to take him in there for you. Because George Mendes, being an experienced agent, will go on and negotiate Chelsea and then sweet talk them to give him high £400,000 a week. And they are going to put in clauses that if he plays such and such number of games, he's earning this amount of money. If he scores 20 goals, he's earning this amount of money. If he scores any goal that he scores after hitting 20 goals a season, he's going to go on and really be given such and such amount of money. So, no way, the deal they're going to negotiate is not going to be anywhere different from that they negotiated with Manchester United. For that, I'm 100% sure. But Ronaldo and Neymar have been offered in there for you to decide which goes by the names of Chelsea. And to confirm to you that Neymar is going to leave a side which goes by the names of PSG, Fabrizio Romano has come out and told us that Paris Saint-Germain director Luis Campos has scheduled a meeting with Eduardo Michut on Wednesday in order to discuss his future in there for you. Tomorrow will be a Galtier day at PSG. Then Campos will seek to speak to players who have to decide their future. And amidst those, it's Neymar in there for you. So Neymar is going to leave PSG. His ideal destination is the Premier League, and I would like to see Neymar in the Premier League. I really want to see these teams strengthen themselves such that if I told you win a Premier League title, you win it knowing that I beat the big boys. You get? I beat the big boys. So we wait and see what is going to happen among those deals and players. This is Rokani Media Football. We've talked about Moutinho given a new contract. Pini Zahavi, the agent of a player who goes by the names of Lewandowski, telling Barcelona, you will only get this player if I told you cough out 40 million euros out of your pockets. No add-ons needed. It's supposed to be a solid upfront fee from Barcelona to Bayern Munich. Then we've talked about a player who goes by the name of Kalvin Phillips, who has signed in for a side which goes by the names of Man City, unveiled in there for you. And we talked about Ronaldo and Neymar. Your reaction to these stories is welcome into the comment section below. I remain Rokani David on Rokani Media Football. This is our second story of the day. More 2 or 3 are to come depending on how news is being broken onto the internet. I'm out.